Hey, y'all. Hello. Happiest Friday to you. If you're catching the replay, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Totally appreciate it. And if you are watching the replay, whether you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on here on IG Live, make sure you let me know that you're watching the replay, and you can always share your key takeaways. All right, y'all. Hello. Happiest Friday to you. I am Siobhan, your community cultivator, and I believe that every single woman deserves to be free and fulfilled in her life. And so everything that I do within Be Free Project is all about teaching women how to find fulfillment, how to be free, so you can really live the life that you deserve to live. And you can always learn more about me and the work that I'm doing over on my website at BeFreeProject.com. You can learn more about the Be Free Inner Circle, which is an amazing membership community of positive, like-minded women who are doing the personal growth work and building real, genuine friendships. And it's amazing because the women are all across the world, which is pretty dope. So if you're looking to connect with other women who, again, are doing the work, you want to head over to BeFreeInnerCircle.com. And then also make sure you're tuned into my podcast, the Be Free Project podcast, where I'm always talking about personal growth and friendships and things that's going to help you really grow and become better in your life. All right, I got all of that out of the way, so I'm excited to be back. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Darn it. I forgot to put the title in here. I didn't save. Hold on one second. So y'all know what we about to talk about. Winners hang out with... I thought I saved it, but it didn't. One second. Is that what I want to say? Yep. That is what we're talking about today, and I'm going to pin that to the top. Perfecto. Okay, so today we are talking about winners hanging out with winners. And I think that this is a very important conversation because if you've been following here on the gram, then you already know that I talk a lot about who you surround yourself with, right? The people that you have around you actually matters. Right? The people that you're spending your time with, the people that you're talking on the phone with, the people that you're following here on social media, all of that matters because the people that you allow in your space, it dictates how you are going to show up in the world. And so I shared this comment, or excuse me, not a comment. I quoted myself today and I shared it in my feed, and it was something that I shared inside the Be Free Inner Circle. So if you listen to this week's episode of my podcast, I was sharing advice that was given inside the Be Free Inner Circle about what the members thought everyone needed to know as it related to personal growth. And as everyone was sharing their key takeaways or not their key takeaways, as everyone was sharing their words of wisdom, I shared that on the podcast, right? And so the one thing that I shared, and you'll see it in my feed today, is when you surround yourself with women you can grow with, surround yourself with women you can grow with. The journey gets hard and lonely, and you need friends in your corner that will support you along the way. And I stand by that, and that's why you hear me talk about it over and over again about the company that you keep, because it really does matter. And I can look back at my life over the last several years and how I even upgraded my friendship group. So friends that I've had in the past, we were all in different spaces based on how for whatever reason, right? And the more that I've shifted my friendship groups and the people that I allow to be in my circle, I have noticed a shift in myself. I've noticed how I show up differently because it is a game changer. It will be a total game changer where the women that you surround yourself with, if they are growing, then inevitably you're going to grow as well, right? If they are negative, guess what? You will be negative. If they are dreamers and chasing their dreams, their goals, guess what? You will too. It's like this natural reaction that will happen. Now, if you're surrounded by people who are not going where you want to go or grow, we can say, and you're frustrated with where you're at in life, but then you look at your friendship group and the people that you spend time with, your tribe, your girl squad, whatever you want to call them, and they too are stuck and stagnant in their life, you will become just like them. And so I hear this all the time where women are not satisfied with their friendship group, right? Because now they've tapped into, oh, I want to start growing in my life and I want to be fulfilled and I want to be free and I want to do all of these amazing things. And my friends that's been my friends for however long, they're not where I want to be. However, they don't know the steps that they need to take to begin to shift their circle. And so I'll share some practical things towards the end of this live today that will be something that you can actually apply right away. I should have said this at the beginning. If you don't, make sure you grab a notebook and a pen whenever you're listening to me, because I will be sharing a lot of things that will be very, very helpful that you may want to go back and read later. And then when I mentioned about the Be Free Project podcast, if you're someone where no matter what stage of personal growth that you're at, but you want words of wisdom on, being on this personal growth journey, definitely make sure you listen to this week's episode, because the members shared so many gems. I'm like, oh my goodness, y'all are sharing some words of wisdom that I need everybody to hear. So if you haven't listened, make sure you go back and listen to this week's episode of the Be Free Project podcast. All right. So one of the things that I want to start off with 2 questions here, and it's related to your friendship group, right? So are the people in your circle and in your tribe, are they where you want to be? And just tell me yes or no in the comments. The people in your tribe and in your circle, are they going or growing where you want to be? So just do a brief little scan, like think about your friends, right? The people you're texting, the people you're calling, the people you're going out to girls' night, you're going out and going out for happy hour. When you think about the friends that you're spending time with, are they where you want to be? Just tell me yes or no in the comments. Okay, cool, right? Thank you for your honesty. Hey, Chandra. Hey. Thank you for sharing that. Let me know. And then the second question is, if they're not where you want to be, are they working on themselves to be better? Are your friends working on themselves to be better? Right? Let me know. So the first question, are the people in your circle or your tribe, are they growing where you want to be? Number 2, if not, are they working on bettering themselves? All right? Because that way, as you're looking at your group and your circle, and you're like, they're not where I want to be, but they are doing some work, that's a good starting place, right? But if you're around people, your friends, who you call friends, right? If you're around them day in and day out, and they're just stuck and stagnant and they're not growing in any way, then that is someone that you're going to want to put some distance between yourself. Because again, the people that you're around day in and day out, you're going to become just like them. Okay, thank you for your honesty. She is a Beijing Queen. I got it. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, I should have said this too, y'all. If what I'm sharing, y'all picking up what I'm putting down, make sure you double tap the screen to give hearts, all right? That will let me know that you are engaged. And please share comments, all that jazz. As you're listening to me, you can put comments and questions and all that inside the comment section, or you can use the question box. And then I would love, because I'm going to keep going here, hit that little arrow in the bottom corner and invite your friends to come over and listen to this inspiring message. If y'all can see, I got a tan. So I went out this morning. First of all, it's 80. The high today is 80 something degrees. And I just got back. I just did over 14,000 steps before I got on for this, right? And I'm like, I got back in the house. I'm like, oh, girl, you got a tan. And as I'm looking at myself on the camera, I'm looking here and I'm like, oh, you got a tan out there for that time you were walking. All right. So thank you for answering those questions. So I want to share this. One of the members in the Be Free Inner Circle, she shared this and she said the reason that she joined the Be Free Inner Circle was because her friends were giving her tons of free advice, right? Her friends were giving her tons of free advice. And she said, but they were stuck in their own lives. She said the reason that she chose to invest in the Be Free Inner Circle is because she knew that the advice that I would give would improve her life. Right? So let me say that again, because I had to write this down. She said the reason that she joined the Be Free Inner Circle was because she had friends in her life, but her friends were giving her free advice, but yet they were stuck, right? So the friends were sharing stuff, but what they were sharing with her, nobody was going anywhere. She said the reason that she invested inside the Be Free Inner Circle because she knew the advice that I would get, what the advice that I would give her would improve her life, right? And so what I heard when she shared that with me, she can see my freedom. She can see the work that I'm doing, and she can see it so much that she wants to invest in whatever I'm offering so that she can improve her life. So I want you to think about that for a moment, because we have our friends, right? If your friends are good for giving you all of the advice, but the advice that they're giving is not moving you forward, is the advice really good? So let's just say, let me think of an example. If you say, oh, I want to start to work out. Oh, my phone is not charging. That ain't going to be good because my battery is low. Hold on 1 second. All right. If you tell your friend you want to work out, right? Or this is a better example. And this actually happened inside the Be Free Inner Circle. I remember the person who shared this, that she wanted to change her diet. She was dealing with some health stuff or whatever, and she wanted to change her diet. And she had told her family, they were having a gathering, and she had told her family, look, I'm not going to be eating a chocolate cake. I'm not going to be eating a fried chicken. I know we're celebrating, but I'm going to bring my own food. She got resistance from her family because she wanted to change. And it was a positive change that she was making in her life. So now there's going to be friction there, right? Because if the people that you spend the most time with, you tell them you're going to make a change in your life, and then they're going to say, oh, but we're only making cake, or oh, we're having chicken, or we're celebrating. It's going to be easy for you to ignore the changes that you want to make, so then that way you can be comfortable with your family and your friends. So think about that. The advice that your friends are giving you, is it good, solid advice that's going to move you forward in your life? All right. Now, I'm going to share the type of people that you do want in your life, right? And then I'm going to give you some practical things at the end that you can apply to begin to shift your circle. I'm telling you, I will say, I am so grateful for the circle that I have. My circle is small, but it is mighty. And I can see how much I have grown based on the women that I have around me. Based on my friendship circle, I can see how much I have grown. And I can tell that the advice, the words of wisdom, all of that, I can tell that based on where they're at in their life, that is how I'm able to grow in my life, right? And because I have consciously chosen every single woman that I call friend to be in my life, because I knew what I needed, right? And I have this free resource that you can download called the How-To Guide to Finding Your Forever Friends. And one of the things that I listed, and I told you guys about this many, many times, I made a list of everything that I needed in a friendship. And because I made a list of what I needed and what I wanted in a friendship, I was able to consciously choose the right friends to have in my life. And so now when I say, oh, having the right people in your circle is a game changer, I know that to be true because I've seen how my life has leveled up because I've consciously chosen certain people to be around me. Everybody cannot be around me, period. I understand that, and it's okay. It's nothing personal. But the people that are around me that get my time day in and day out, awesome sauce, right? So if you want a copy of that resource, just go to my website at BeFreeProject.com and you'll see it on the homepage. It's the How-To Guide to Finding Your Forever Friends. So you want people around you that are winning in their life, right? If you can look at your friends and you're like, man, she's winning in her fitness life, right? She's winning in her spiritual life. Man, she is working on her emotional and her mental health. Like I can see that she's flourishing and she's winning. That's the type of person that you want to be around day in and day out, right? Those are the people that actually will get the most of your time. So when I think about my friendship circle, everybody is winning in some area. So naturally, I'm going to want to spend time with them and I'm going to want to talk to them. Now, I do have friends in my life that are moving at a different pace. We'll just call it that. We don't talk as much. Now, it doesn't mean that we're not friends, but as far as the people that I talk to more often, because they're making these positive changes in their life and something in them is something that I also want. So I'm going to gravitate more towards that energy, right? The people who are more stagnant or not growing in a way that I need right now, we may not talk as frequently, but it doesn't change anything about our friendship, all right? So you want to be around people that you can see with your own eyes, right? Oh, she is winning, right? So even if you are married, right, and you see someone winning in their marriage and she can share some positive things that's helping her. Now, not you chew up the meat and spit out the bones, because everyone's relationship is different, right? But different aspects of your life that you want to be better in, you want to surround yourself with those type of friends, whether it's finances, relationships, whatever, all right? Let me know. Does that make sense to y'all? Just double tap the screen and give me hearts. You want people in your life who are thriving, right? You want people in your life who are goal-oriented. So I want you even to ask your friends, right? What are their goals for 2021? Ask them, what are you working on? And if they say something like, girl, I ain't got no goals, or I ain't working on nothing, or I'm just trying to go to work every day, that's going to be a little suspect for me, because if you're not chasing no dream, you don't have your goals written down, you don't have no actionable steps on what you're doing, but you're just worried about going to work every single day, then how are you going to be inspired to keep chasing your goals? Right? Ask your friends, this is what I want you to ask your friends. What are your top 3 goals for the rest of the year? The top 3 things you're working on for the rest of the year, right? And if they can't spit something out to you, and then you find yourself struggling with your own goals, that's because you're talking to someone who's not goal-oriented, right? Ask your friend, what is your biggest, wildest dream? What are you really striving for? What's that dream that you're chasing? And if she can't share her dreams with you, you may want to find a different circle, all right? You want people around you that's going to encourage you when you are down. So last week, I was having a rough several days. So much so that I'm like, I'm not getting on IG Live. I'm like, not today. I got to process some of these emotions that I got going on, because I am working through some money beliefs is what I'm working through. And some of the beliefs that I have been passed down from my family, and they do not align with where I'm at. And so as I was working through some stuff with a friend and she pointed out all this stuff, I was like, yo, woo! And so much so that I was crying. I was very emotional. I was walking like 20,000 steps a day. I'm like, I gotta keep walking. I gotta keep moving. But the beautiful thing is that she was able to encourage me through all of this, right? And, and just be a safe space as I processed all of this stuff that I did not know was there. But had she not been so emotionally and mentally healthy, right, and grounded where she was at, then I couldn't have gotten the support that I needed as I worked through everything. Now this week, I'm like, whoa, that was a week ago. I'm feeling so much better. Like even today, she was like, how are you feeling? I said, I feel energized, I feel rested, and I feel inspired. Why? Because last week I was able to process all of this stuff that came up around money, and you were able to make space for me, and I've been journaling and getting all this stuff out. You were encouraging. You didn't let me stay stuck in my feelings or what have you. And that's the kind of support system that you need, right? You need people around you who are also doing their work, so that when you have moments when you're not okay, you can lean on your friend, and she's not going to let you stay in a negative space, but she'll be able to encourage you and uplift you. So again, as I'm sharing these different, I don't know why my hands, maybe I'm just trying to show y'all my tattoo, because I'm like, why do I keep doing it? Woo! Why do I keep doing all this hand movement? I'm like, I think I'm just trying to show y'all my tattoo. Maybe that's what I'm doing. I'm cracking myself up over here. Feeling good. And I forgot to get some water. But yes, you want people around you that is, you want to see? Do y'all want to see? Y'all want to see my new tattoo? Look at that. Woohoo. I am in love with this. So this is this side, and then my front is like, I got this butterfly and girl be free. So I don't know if y'all know, but I am working on okay, we're taking a little intermission little thing here. I'm working on a sleeve. And so I'm first finishing up the forearm, and then I'm going to move to the top half. And so I would love by the end of the year for my sleeve to be complete. But when I tell you, I feel this tattoo it's so sexy. There's a lot of meaning behind it. For me, that went into this, and it's perfect. Isn't it perfect? I'm so in love with it. Like, I look at it like all the time, and I'm so proud of myself because this is something, at first I thought this is my 6th tattoo, and I thought I was done after I got Girl Be Free on the front of my arm. And then as I've been thinking about freedom and what that represents and what that looks like, I'm like, you know what? I want a sleeve tattoo. So that is what I'm working on. I just got it on, the reason why it's so like oily, because I just got it on Tuesday. So it's going through, it got to peel and all of that stuff. So thank you for asking to see that. I'm like, because I'm doing all this. I'm like, oh, you trying to show them your tattoo. That's what you're doing. But it's so freaking sexy. And just so in love. All right. My next point, y'all, is you want people around you that will motivate you and hold you accountable, right? You want people around you that's going to motivate you and hold you accountable. And so when I think as I was working through my money beliefs last week and over the weekend, one of the things that came up, and I was telling some of the members in the Be Free Inner Circle about this, is that I work a lot. And this past fall, I had incorporated Sunday as being my off day, and I was doing really great. My great friend was holding me accountable, checking in on me, and somehow, some way, maybe when the accountability stopped, maybe, but I slipped right back into my old pattern of working every day, even if it was a little bit here and there. And so as I've been working through these money beliefs and how the vision that I have for my life and my company and all of this stuff, my friend was like, Siobhan, you're a workaholic. And I'm like, oh, me? Of course not. And I was like, I'm not. I was like, you think I work a lot? And she was like, yeah, you work 7 days a week. And I'm like, I do? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, and so as I'm thinking about it, it's true, right? I'm like, I do work every day, but it's like a little bit here and a little bit there. And she was like, if you were working in corporate America, would you work 7 days a week? And I'm like, no, hell no. No, I would not, right? But when she said that, it was a wake-up call that I needed to hear. And when I got off the phone with her, I remember I started crying because I'm like, man, you have slipped right back into this old pattern, and it's not what I want. Like, there has to be freedom, even in this company that I'm building or I've built, right? And the success and all that, like, there has to be freedom in that. And so I decided, I said, okay, I got you, because the competitive part of me. I'm like, going forward, and this was effective as of yesterday. Well, it was effective this week, but I'm taking 2 days off per week, which is a huge deal for me. Now, yesterday it's going to be on Thursdays and Sundays are my new off days. And that means I'm doing no work at all for Be Free Project. That is a big freaking deal for me because I love what I do. And all of that jazz. I love it, love it, love it. But at some point, everybody needs a break from what they're doing. And when we were talking about it, I'm like, all right, I need you to hold me accountable because otherwise I will slip right back into my old patterns. And so I told a couple other friends too. I said, hey, y'all, this is what's happening. Thursdays and Sundays are my off days, and I need you to hold me accountable and make sure that I'm not working. And all of them got it. Why am I sharing this with you? Because I said that you need people around you that will motivate you and hold you accountable. Now, because I care about my mental and emotional health, I need to take time off of myself to just be, right? Then that means that I need people to hold me accountable to that. And so I told the right people that I know it's going to be like clockwork. They're going to check in with me, right? And even today, my friend, I had a speaking engagement yesterday. But after that, but that was already on the books, right? I was already scheduled to do that. But after it was over, I didn't work anymore yesterday. And so today when we were talking, she was like, so what did you do after you got through speaking? I'm like, I took my off day. How about that? And she's like, oh, I was just checking to make sure that and so that's the thing. You want people in your life to hold you accountable. And Erica, I can see that you're on here and you're on my list that I'm going to text you after this because I was going to ask you, how's your walking been? I know you said you were going to start walking with Avery, and I want to know this is your accountability that you did not ask for. You did not ask for it on the spot, but I'm asking, how has your daily walking been? Especially with the weather. It's so nice outside. So if you don't have friends that are holding you accountable to get things done, you definitely better find someone. And I know within the Be Free Inner Circle, that is one of the things that's actually a gift that I have. Do you agree, Erica? She's a great friend. We've been, 20-something years, Erica, we've been friends? We just said this recently, how long it's been, and I forgot what the time frame was. But She knows wherever she tells me, I'm going to hold her accountable, because that's a gift. Everybody can't do that. And I now acknowledge that as a gift that I have. So inside the Be Free Inner Circle, which is my membership community, where like-minded women all over the world are getting support and accountability with doing the work. And so whatever you tell me, trust and believe I'm going to hold you accountable to that thing. 20 years. I'm going to hold you accountable to it, because at the end of the day, I want to see you grow. So think about your friends. Are they holding you accountable to get things done? Are they motivating you to take action in your life? If not, you want to find community like the Be Free Inner Circle, or people that you can be around that's going to do that for you. You also want people that you can be inspired by, right? If you can look at some aspect of their life and be inspired by what they're doing, that's the type of energy that you want around you, right? You want people that won't allow you to be stuck and stagnant in your life, period. And I am grateful for friendships like Erica, that we've been friends for 20 years or more. And then I have other friends that are fairly new over the last year or so, that nobody in my circle is going to be stuck. Period. It ain't gonna happen, right? And even in the Be Free Inner Circle, because that's my work, I won't allow it. Like, I want all of us to flourish in our lives. I want all of us to be fulfilled. I want all of us to really live our best lives. And the only way that you can do that, you can't be mediocre. You cannot be average. You cannot be stuck starting and stopping over and over again and never completing anything. Like, never fulfilling the dreams that you have for yourself. Like, you have to, you gotta live life. And I have a great friend of mine, and I feel like I am hot. It's hot. It's 80-something degrees. Oh, I'm hot back here. I have a friend right now who is going through something very serious. And I bet if she could go back in time, even 5 years or so, she would show up very different to avoid what she's going through right now. And so you have breath and life in your body. You have the ability to really live the life that you want. But so many women are stuck in their heads because of fear of failure, fear of success, right? You feel like you have all these limiting beliefs that you're not good enough, you're not smart enough. And so you allow yourself to stay stagnant. But that's not okay when there's something inside of you that you need to be fulfilling. Something in you, there's a purpose, a reason that you're alive today. Don't take your life for granted, and definitely don't take your physical body, because my friend is going through some physical things right now, right? And I can see in her, like, the things that she was able to do before, she got to do it at a much slower pace. If some of the things she can't do at all. And if she can go back and change things, I'm sure she would. So stop taking life for granted, right? Stop thinking, tomorrow I'll get started, or someday I'll start. No. We know that tomorrow's not promised. So if your goal is to lose weight, get up and start walking every day. Let that be your starting point. As long as you have the ability to be able to walk, right? Then walk. Do something. And I'm telling you, one of the things that I am grateful for, and I say this out loud almost every single day, or I think about it, I'm so grateful for the ability to be able to think on my own. And I think that that's something that we may take for granted depending on how young you are, right? But as I'm watching my friend and how her memory and things are shifting in her life, where things that she used to be able to do, she can't do anymore. I'm like, I am so thankful for my mind that I can think on my own, and I'm so grateful for my emotional health. And those two things is what's propelling me to continue to move forward and be free in my life. That was all in a tangent, but I wanted to share that because I think we take these things for granted. We're like, tomorrow I'll do this, or I'll finally relocate to this place a year from now, right? And no plan and action, but just this fantasy. No, put your dreams on paper and get it to work. Get them to work, all right? You want people in your life that will allow you to be your most authentic self. If you are pretending in front of your friends, if you are being something that you are not, if you are wearing a mask because you don't feel comfortable about being your full self, that's an issue for me. Every single person who is in my life, they get the full version of Siobhan. I ain't putting on for nobody. Period. I did it for a very long time where I held back a part of myself. I refuse to do that anymore. My circle of friends, they allow me to be my most authentic self. Not one person judges me, right? And I don't do that to them. You want to surround yourself with people that you can just be your goofy self, your silly self, your sexy, whatever. You can just be you. And so many women are in these friendships and they can't even be themselves. And I'm like, then why are you friends? And if I look at other friendships in the past, I'm like, Siobhan, you weren't yourself. And because you weren't yourself, that prevented you from growing. That made you so reliant on those friendships because you didn't know yourself. Now that I'm so clear about who I am, I'm crystal clear about who I am. I can show it in my friendships in the most authentic way and nobody judges me. Everyone says, yes, please. Yeah, I want more of that. And that's all they want. They really want more of you. But you're so busy hiding behind a mask because you're, I don't know, you feel like you can't be your authentic self. Maybe you think that they will reject you. Maybe you think that they will judge you. Then those are not your people. You need to find your people that you can be your full self, period. Because the only person that you're hurting is yourself if you cannot be you. All we want is you, right? So make sure that the people that you're surrounded by, make sure you're being yourself. Stop code switching in your friendships, right? Like, let me tell you, next year for my birthday, I'm having a skating party and I'm inviting all of my friends, right? I'm having a roller skating party next year. Some of these friends don't even know each other. But guess what? When they all come together, they all going to get the same version of Siobhan, period. Because I'm not one way with one group of friends and another way with another group. No, I'm myself, period. They will all meet for the first time when they come to my skating party. And nobody can say, oh, I didn't know Siobhan did that. Or, oh, I didn't know Siobhan listened to this type of music. They all know me. So if you can think about, if you had a gathering and you brought one friendship group and then you brought your coworkers and these other friends and everybody can say something different about you, who are you really, right? Because apparently you're putting on for the people at work, you're putting on for this friendship group, and nobody knows who you really are. That's a problem for me. You want people around you that will celebrate you when you win, right? So if you have friends that you say, girl, I just got this promotion at my job, or I just got this brand new car, whatever your thing is, and they are quick to judge you or switch it over to something about them and they cannot honor and celebrate you in that moment, that's a problem. You want friends around you that will celebrate with you with all of the things, right? They can make space and host. They can make space for you when you're going through it or whatever. But when it's time to celebrate, they know how to celebrate you. Like I had a moment this morning and I was telling my friend, about my speaking engagement. And she's like, oh, tell me all the things. What happened? And celebrating me the whole time. And I'm like, yes, this is what friendship is about, right? That I can share. And we both it's amazing because we both had things to share with each other. She's like, who want to go first? I'm like, all right, I'll go first. These are all my things that happened. Yes. And then she went on and I celebrated her and it was a beautiful moment. So if you can't celebrate with me, what we doing? Right? What we doing? The last thing that I want to share is that you want to be around people who's going to support your dreams. So I mentioned dreams a little bit. So if you tell me what your dream is, any of my friends know I'm going to speak about it not every time we talk, but I'm going to ask you about it often. Where are you with writing that New York Times bestseller? Where are you about pitching yourself to this particular company? Where are you based, whatever the thing is? I'm going to ask about it because when you share your dreams with me, it's almost like your dreams become mine because now I'm so connected to it that I want you to achieve that. So I'm going to figure out whatever I can do to help you. If it's share a resource with you, if it's connect you with the person, if it's hold you accountable, whatever that thing is, now that I know what your dream is, trust and believe I'm going to be connected to it just like you. And you want people around you that's going to support your dreams because that's going to inspire you and it's going to keep you motivated to keep chasing that thing. Winners hang out with winners. That's the subject of today. That's the topic of today, right? You want to hang out with people who are winning in their lives. And if they're not, then you want to ask yourself, why am I spending time with this person? I wrote down this proverb that I saw online and it says, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. So if I look at your friendship circle and I can see that your friends are gossipy, your friends are messy, your friends are always complaining, I can easily put two and two together. I'm like, I can see why they hang out together. But if I can look at your friends and I can see, oh, all these positive characteristics about your friends, I can see why you're the way you are, right? Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. I love that. I love that so much. So if you have questions for me, make sure you go ahead and type them in the question box or in the comments. I would love to answer anything that you have around this or anything at all. So a couple of action steps that you can write down if you are looking to switch your circle, if you're looking to really level up the people that you're around, change your tribe, find different people. These are 5 things that you can apply right away. Number 1, you got to take inventory of your tribe. You got to look at the people that you're texting day in and day out. The people that you call friends, go through your phone and all your friends and take inventory. Is this person, based on everything that I shared today, does this person fall in these different categories, right? Does this friend support me? Does she make space for me? Does she encourage me? And he or she, you may have male and female friends, right? Do they hold you accountable? Do they celebrate with you? And when you can maybe make a list and maybe list down all the positive attributes about the friend, but then you can make another list of the things that are not so good. Do the positives outweigh the negatives? All right. Reduce negativity by any means necessary. You need nothing but positive energy around you, especially the times that we're in. So again, if you have friends around you that are nothing but drama, it's a lot of negative energy, it is gossip and all of that, you need to reduce as much as that. And not only reduce it, but don't participate in it. Because the more you participate in it, you're just like them. You're no better, right? So I know I have family members like gossipy, right? And I remember my aunt was trying to gossip, tell me something about somebody's business, and I did not respond. And I believe in that moment she realized she ain't got to say nothing else, because I'm not going to feed into the negativity. They business ain't mine. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm over here building an empire. I can care less about who's doing what to who. If it ain't got nothing to do with me and mine, it doesn't matter. But sometimes people don't have business of their own. So all they can do is speak on negativity and gossip and do all that. And then the more that you acknowledge it and participate in it, you're going to be the same. So if people around you are gossiping and being negative, you're going to have to reduce that as much as possible. And again, don't participate in it. Number 3 is you want to commit to the people that fill your cup. So the people that add value to your life, when you look through your phone or what have you, and you're like, oh, this person is so good. Spend more time with them. Call them more, text them more, go out with them more. Because the more you're around people who add value to your life, it's going to fill your cup in such a way, right? Decide, the reason I wrote this down because it reminds me of a member of the Be Free Inner Circle, Miss Denise. And one of the things she says all the time is that she wants a quality of life. So what I wrote down is decide that you want a quality of life. And you get to define what a quality of life is for you. But that's one thing. And she's 63 years old. And when I tell you, she is the epitome of a woman living her best life. And she speaks about this quality of life all the time. So much so that I'm like, let me reevaluate some things here. I'm like, because the quality of life that she has, I need that to pour down on me, because it is like, she does it all. She's inside the Be Free Inner Circle, and she's always sharing about how much she loves her life. And you can feel the joy when she talks. It's like, woo, all right, let me go out here and get me a quality of life. So look at your life, right? And decide that you want your life to be so amazing that whatever it takes to get the level of quality that you want, you're willing to do the work to get there. All right. And then lastly, I want you to know this, because I think that this comes up and people are afraid to change their circle. You're afraid to walk away from some relationships because y'all been friends since y'all was 5 years old or teenagers, or y'all met in college. And you feel like because we've been friends for so long, I can't walk away from this friendship because she needs me, right? It's okay to change your circle. It's okay that what was good for you in one season of your life, it may not be good for where you're at right now. And you get to change your mind. You get to change your circle. The people who were great in the beginning for whatever season of life you were in, that was great. Now you're in a different season. You get to switch things, right? I had to do that personally. And it ain't easy. It's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. It's not easy. However, I'll do it 100 times over if I can get to if it got me right to the place I'm at today. My life is so fulfilling. My life is so free. My life is so beautiful because of the energy and the people that I have around me. And I'm vibrating very, very high because I surround myself with nothing but good energy. And I was willing to do the hard thing, walk away from some people, and break up some stuff that no longer is fitting for where I'm at. And so I want you to think about that for your own life. Winners hang out with winners. And if you want to win in your life, you have to surround yourself with people that are winning. And where can you do that? Inside the Be Free Inner Circle, because I'm able to coach, mentor, and hold women accountable and be their biggest cheerleader as they figure this thing called life out. Because it's as I said in the very beginning, when I shared that that quote on the gram this morning, like, it's hard to do. This journey is hard enough, period, right? It's hard to do it alone. So you want to be surrounded with women who can fill your cup. I spoke on a panel yesterday, and that was one of the things that I was saying to them. I said, we give so much of ourselves to everybody. We give so much to our family. We give so much to our jobs. We give so much to our businesses. Where do you get your cup filled? Where is your cup getting filled? Because you're giving so much of yourself to everybody else more often than not. And I know it's true because I hear it every single day that women are burned out. They feel like they have nothing left. But because you're so busy being a people pleaser and giving all of yourself to other people, you're now depleted. So the Be Free Inner Circle was created to fill your cup back up, to give you exactly what you need, all the positivity that you get here on Instagram times 100. As many ladies here on the that's a part of the Be Free Inner Circle that are watching right now, right? It's where you get your cup filled. Because I understand we as women give so much of ourselves every single day. Let me be the one to fill your cup. Let me give you the resources. Let me give you the coaching, the mentoring. Let me be your cheerleader. Let me hold you accountable so that this time next year, your life will be different. Your life will be better because you chose to invest in yourself. And I said this on a podcast this week, and I mean it. You invest in men. You invest in food. You invest in a lot of things that are not adding value to your life. Right? When will you invest in yourself? When will you invest and say, you know what? I am sick and tired of being where I'm at. I'm sick and tired of day in and day out having these negative thoughts that I'm not good enough. I'm sick and tired of not making the money that I want. I'm sick and tired of going to work every single day just to pay bills, to get off on the weekend to watch TV. Right? And then to do it all over again. Right? One thing, I was at the BMV. And if you work at the BMV, this is not personal, but I was there. And in Cleveland, it's called the BMV. I know other places it's called the DMV. Same thing, where you go and get your license renewed. I was there. And when I tell you the women that work at the BMV, it is evident of how unhappy they are. And I'm like, but you're choosing to work here, right? But if they would invest in themselves, right? They're miserable because they're at a job that they hate. And not just there, but there's many people that go to work every single day and you hate the job that you do. But yet you complain and you keep going there. And then you look forward to the weekend so you can sit on the couch, watch TV, and then do that thing all over again. And maybe, just maybe, you'll go on a weekend vacation to somewhere. But be miserable your whole life. My question is, when will you invest in yourself? When will you step outside of your comfort zone and get what you need to grow? So I would love for you to do that in the Be Free Inner Circle. You can go to BeFreeInnerCircle.com. If you ever have questions, you can DM me. We can always hop on a call. I can tell you more about it. All of that, just let me know. This was amazing. I enjoyed it. I feel like y'all like, woo, Siobhan, you ain't coming to play today. Heck no, I didn't. I did not. Because I can't be on that arm because it's tender. I want every single woman to live her best life. I feel like in my bones you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You got to believe it though. So do y'all got questions? If not, I am logging off. Chandra says authenticity is so attractive to me. Me too. And you can feel it. You can see it on people. It is very attractive. I gravitate towards that, right? It was a lady who, a part of this panel yesterday, or actually, she was actually, in one of the networking groups, and she said, you know, what did she say? She said, I ignite any room I walk into. And I said, woo, you know, that's a woman who knows who she is. I said, yes. And when she said that, I said, just like her, I said, any room I walk in, I light it up. And I know it. Any room, any place, my energy is so contagious that I light up the room. I know. So when I heard that, so when you said that, that reminded me of her, because that's a woman who knows who she is, that she can say, I ignite the rooms I walk into. I said, yes, I do too. I'm a light too. Light attracts light attracts light. And that's why that resonated with me. Oh, thank you, Chandra. You love my, yep, I've got these off days, y'all. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. Live my best life, right? All right, so do y'all have questions? Doesn't look, oh, you notice yeah, y'all see this tan? Now I feel like I need to go to the beach and lay out. That's what I feel like. Oh, thank you for inviting several people. I appreciate it. All right, I don't think I got no question. Oh, let's see. What are you? Thank you. Y'all so welcome. Y'all are so welcome. I have an internal issue with accountability. I think it may be linked to my struggles with inconsistency. Not sure, but I know I feel triggered when I'm asked. Ooh, we're gonna talk about that in the inner circle, Chandra. You know why? Because you posted that. So since yesterday was my off day, I got all these notifications to respond to, right? And so I'm gonna do that after I get off of here. But I know you mentioned something inside the inner circle about inconsistency, and we're gonna talk about. Let me write that down, because I think that's important. Inconsistency, and you know what? What's coming to mind, that this is why it's important to be around people that can hold you accountable until you can get the strength within yourself to be your own, until you can to be able to be self-motivated within yourself, right? And so for me, I am a very self-motivated person. I'm an Enneagram 3. My human design is manifesting generator. So naturally, how I move is like, I'm competitive. I get stuff done. Like, it's just something innate that's in me based on my makeup, right? However, there's areas in my life, to your point, Chandra, where there is some inconsistency. Number one, me working all the time and not taking time off. So that's when I had to reach out to several friends and say, hey, these are the off days. This is where I need accountability. Now, until I can get strength within myself to hold me accountable, I need them to do it for me, because otherwise I'll be like, oh, I'm just going to do this. Oh, I'll just do that, right? So the same thing for you in this season of your life. If it's okay that you're not able to hold your own self accountable, because you're in the Be Free Inner Circle, I can do that for you, right? You share the things that you're working on, and I can be like, all right, Chandra, what's up with this? All right, what's up with that, right? Until you can get strength enough, until you can become strong enough within yourself that you won't need accountability for that. So there's certain areas of my life I don't need accountability for. Like going for walks every single day, I don't need no one to hold me accountable to that, because it's so ingrained in my mind. Like every single day without clockwork, I go for a walk. I don't care what the weather is doing. I don't need accountability. I don't need accountability to show up for my business, right? But then there's other stuff, like when it comes around, let me think. With the taking the rest days, I need accountability around that, right? I need accountability as I work through these new money beliefs that are coming up. So knowing where you're at on your personal growth journey and knowing, okay, this area of my life, I need accountability. This area I'm good, until you can get strong enough in that area where you don't need it anymore and you move on to the next. Let me know if that's helpful. Otherwise, we'll talk about it more inside the Be Free Inner Circle. But y'all are so welcome. Thank you for joining. If you just popped on, make sure you go ahead and catch the replay. And I will be back, next week. So I will be back next Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I advise you to set a reminder in your calendar and just put it on there like, hey, I'm going to join Siobhan on IG Live every Friday at 12 p.m. That way you don't miss out. If you're not, make sure you subscribe to the Be Free Project podcast. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you tune in. You can even watch it or listen to it on YouTube if you choose to do that. What else is there? And then if you're not a member of the Be Free Inner Circle, I highly recommend you join, especially if you're looking to change your life. I want to help you do that. So enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. And I will see y'all next Friday at the same time. All right. Have a good one.